Well, I am a climate justice campaigner actually, and an environmental lawyer. Until very recently, I was the recently until the end of April, I was the executive director of the Centre for Environmental Rights, which is a public interest environmental law organization that works with communities to progress environmental rights and climate justice. And I'm also a member of the Presidential Climate Commission. So what did I want to achieve here today? I'm always looking for platforms to speak about the work that so many of the amazing activists and climate lawyers are doing. Not many people know about it, actually, and it has such far-reaching consequences. So I'm always keen to tell those stories.
Excellent. So then, in bringing that down to the individuals that you were speaking to today who probably have no access to climate lawyers. So what can we as individuals do?
Well, yeah, that's a very important question, and I think it's because there's so much distraction in this space about what we can do. Now, of course, it's always good to live a low impact lifestyle, right? So it's good to take a bicycle to work and do all of those cool things. But the reality is that the first thing we need to do is get companies to change. We need to get the fossil fuel companies to change, and to get the fossil fuel companies to change, we need the people who hold shares and money in those companies to change. So that involves looking at what your pension looks like. Where is your money invested? Have you engaged with the fund manager of your pension fund? And every time you ask, it gets registered. Maybe you're just one person, but maybe 25 people ask in 1 month, and then that asset manager can go to the fossil fuel company and say, well, we need a change. We need you to produce a Paris-aligned strategy to show us how you're going to get out of this business. So there's quite a lot of personal financial activism that you can do. You can go to annual general meetings if you want and go ask questions there. A lot of my colleagues do that. They get one share, they go sit there, they ask questions. And then, as I said, supporting climate lawyers and climate activism is really important. It's important to show up. Sometimes it's about donating money to organizations like the Centre for Environmental Rights or some of the partners working in that space. They're doing incredibly heavy lifting, and people rely on us to do that work. Government relies on us to do that work at times when they are politically constrained and they can't do that. Corporations and people inside the corporations rely on us to do that work. It's a very interesting dynamic. So it's important to support that work financially, but also just to show up when you can. When there are protests, show up. It doesn't always have to be the crazy activists. Sometimes it's ordinary people come. It sends such a powerful message.